Imagine being alone in the wilderness, with nothing but your wits to rely on. Could you survive? This question is not a hypothetical for some. It's a stark reality. In the vast expanse of the wilderness, survival becomes a game of wits and resilience. It's not just about enduring the harsh elements, but also about securing food, water, and shelter. It's about navigating unfamiliar terrain, making do with what you have, and staying alert to the lurking dangers. It's a test of mental fortitude, physical endurance, and sheer willpower. In the wilderness, each day becomes a challenge, each decision a matter of life and death. But it's also a journey of self-discovery, a testament to the indomitable human spirit. This brings us to the true story of a young man from Australia who found himself in this exact scenario. His name, Matthew Allen. His challenge, survive against all odds. His story, well, it's one you won't soon forget. In the summer of 2012, Matthew Allen decided to run away from home. This was no ordinary teenage rebellion, but a determined retreat into the wild. With nothing more than a backpack filled with basic essentials, Matthew set out on an adventure that would test his mettle and survival skills. The initial days were fraught with challenges. The comfort of his home was replaced with the harsh realities of the wilderness. Finding shelter was his first hurdle. He had to rely on his basic knowledge of survival to build a makeshift shelter from branches and leaves. It was rudimentary at best, but it kept him safe from the elements. Food was another major concern. Matthew had to forage for edible plants and berries and learn to fish in the nearby streams. His meals were humble, but they kept him alive. He learned to start a fire for cooking and warmth, a skill that was crucial in his survival. Matthew's escape was not just a physical journey, but an emotional one as well. He had to battle loneliness, fear, and the constant uncertainty of his situation. Yet he found strength in his resolve to survive, and each day brought new lessons and experiences. As the summer sun began to wane and the temperature started to drop, Matthew found himself facing a new set of challenges. His survival skills were about to be tested in the harsh, unforgiving climate. As the days turned into weeks, Matthew's situation would only grow more challenging. Matthew's survival was not just a matter of luck, but a testament to human resilience and resourcefulness. When plunged into the unforgiving wilderness, Matthew Allen had to draw on a primal instinct and basic survival skills to endure. Just imagine, the first order of business would have been to find or create shelter. In the bitter cold of the nights in the wild, shelter is not just a convenience, it's a necessity. Matthew might have fashioned a lean-to from fallen branches, or found a natural nook in the landscape to shield him from the elements. He would have insulated it with leaves and moss to trap body heat, creating a rudimentary but life-saving cocoon against the cold. Next, he would have had to find sustenance. The wilderness is not a grocery store, and Mother Nature doesn't make it easy. He may have foraged for wild berries or edible plants, always being mindful of the dangerous lookalikes that could spell disaster. He might have scavenged for grubs or insects, a protein-rich, if not particularly appetizing meal. And let's not forget the importance of clean water, likely sourced from a stream and boiled over a fire to kill any lurking bacteria. Ah, fire, the beacon in the night, the cooker of meals, the warder of beasts. Starting a fire is no small feat, especially without matches or a lighter. Matthew would have needed to create friction, perhaps using the tried-and-true method of spinning a stick into a wooden base until sparks fly. Each of these skills, building a shelter, foraging for food, starting a fire, are the pillars of survival. They're the difference between life and death when stranded in the wild. And they're skills that Matthew, like all of us, carried within him, buried deep in our ancestral memory. These skills were vital for Matthew, but the greatest test was yet to come. The human will to survive can push us to do incredible things. Matthew Allen's story is an exemplar of this. When faced with the harsh realities of survival, he was pushed to his limits, and yet he persevered. His will to survive didn't simply keep him alive, it fueled him to push past the boundaries of what he thought was possible. Survival is not just a physical challenge, it's a mental game. Our minds can be our greatest ally or our worst enemy in times of crisis. Matthew's story underscores the importance of maintaining a positive attitude and staying motivated, even in the face of adversity. For Matthew, every day was a battle against the elements, against hunger, against despair. Yet he found the strength to carry on. This strength came not from his physical abilities, but from his mindset. He knew that to give up was to die. So he chose to live. He kept his spirits high, motivated by the thought of seeing his family again. He refused to let the harsh conditions break him. Instead, he used them to mold himself into a stronger, more resilient individual. His story teaches us that the will to survive is not just about enduring, but about thriving. It's about finding the strength within ourselves to overcome the odds and come out stronger on the other side. Matthew Allen's story is a testament to the strength of the human spirit. Matthew's story is not just a tale of survival, but a lesson in resilience and resourcefulness. He teaches us that survival is more than just the physical act of enduring harsh conditions. It's about mental fortitude, the will to press on, and the resourcefulness to use what's available to you. From his journey, we realize that a basic understanding of survival skills, such as finding food and water, building a shelter, and maintaining a fire, can be a lifeline in unexpected situations. And while we hope not to find ourselves stranded in the wilderness, these skills can still serve us in less extreme scenarios. Matthew's experience also underlines the importance of willpower. It wasn't just his survival skills that got him through. It was his unyielding spirit, his determination to survive, despite the odds. His story is a powerful reminder that armed with the right knowledge and a resilient spirit, we can overcome the most challenging circumstances. You never know when they might come in handy. After all, if Matthew Allen could survive, so could you. Matthew's journey was far from easy. Each day presented a new set of obstacles and tests of his survival skills and resilience. One of the most significant challenges he faced was the wildlife. In the heart of the wilderness, Matthew had to learn to coexist with the animals, avoiding dangerous predators while also learning to hunt for his food. His survival depended on his ability to adapt and learn quickly. Navigating the treacherous terrain was another physical challenge that Matthew had to overcome. The harsh weather conditions, coupled with the physical toll of survival, tested his endurance to its limits. Yet, he pressed on, driven by his unyielding will to survive. But the physical challenges were only half the battle. The mental struggles he faced were as formidable, if not more so. Overcoming fear, loneliness, and despair required immense mental strength. Alone in the wilderness, it was his determination and willpower that kept him going, pushing through the fear and loneliness. Each encounter and challenge was a testament to Matthew's survival skills and indomitable spirit. They were the crucibles that tested his knowledge, resilience, and willpower, shaping him into the survivor he became. These experiences underline the importance of both physical and mental fortitude in survival situations and remind us of the power of human resilience in the face of adversity. As we near the end of Matthew Allen's incredible survival story, we hope you found his journey as inspiring as we did. His encounters and challenges underline the power of human resilience and the importance of both physical and mental fortitude in the face of adversity. If Matthew's story struck a chord with you, we'd appreciate it if you could hit the like button. Your thumbs up means a lot to us and helps us bring more such amazing survival stories to you. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. By doing so, you'll join us on a journey through countless tales of survival, resilience, and human spirit, much like Matthew's. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more incredible stories.